The story of Krazy Joe was torn from yesterday's headlines, and it's as terrifying as tomorrow's.
Good afternoon. Welcome. This is Krazy Joe, Krazy Joe's concession stand. I'm sorry, there's a commotion going on that distracted me just as I was starting my intro. It is a cold, semi-rainy, though the rain is not falling right now. It's been a semi-rainy day here in the Pennsylvania area. It was freezing rain this morning. The school's actually closed. Kids are home, but school's over for the day. Kids are now watching cartoons. My wife's home. She didn't have to go in because of the freezing rain. So I was able to sneak out. We're going to the Regal to see the movie Love Hurts. If you saw my video on my top 10 most anticipated films of 2025, this was one of the films on my top 25 most anticipated. And I'm getting out to see it. Checking a matinee show, first show of the day, 2 o'clock, out at the old Regal. I'm excited for this one. It stars Huy Quan, best known to my generation as Short Round from Indiana Jones, Data from the Goonies. Having a huge career resurgence due to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And he's a realtor with a dark past. It's an action film from the producers of Nobody, which has a similar plot. Oh, let's go check this out. I'm excited. So it's fairly dead in here on a Tuesday afternoon, as you can see. But it was an icy day. It's not icy anymore. We're in Theater 14. Not a lot of people here today. There's Theater 14. That's where we're going. Now, if memory serves, and keep in mind, it's been a while. Either Theater 14 or Theater 15 was the bane of my existence last year. I want to say it was 15. Might have been 14. But these theaters last year, during the winter months, if you went and saw a movie during the winter, the heating system was so loud that you couldn't even hear the movie in the back row. I always sit in the back row. Now, I haven't really noticed an issue this year, but most of the movies I've seen have been in the other wing of the theater, so it hasn't really been an issue. But we are in Theater 14 today, seeing the 2 o'clock of Love Hurts. And after the movie, I'll give you my review. All right, so I'm out of Love Hurts. And I got to say, like I said at the beginning, one of my most anticipated films of the year. I saw the trailer for Love Hurts and got very excited. By the way, please excuse the sound effects. I'm in the lobby of my local movie theater, and there's a lot of video games out here. So yeah, I saw the movie. It was one of my most anticipated films of the year, and it's not a bad film. Like, this is not something awful. I've seen worse. I've seen worse this year. But it's a letdown, man. It is a real letdown. It does not live up to the trailer. One problem is pacing. The movie is a little bit too fast-paced. It just kind of hits the ground running. And I wish the movie took time to breathe. Like, I wish they, you know, if you've seen the trailer, you know that he is a realtor, but he has this dark past. He's obviously been some kind of hitman or agent in a previous life because he's, you know, very skilled fighter. And these guys come and kind of draw that out of him again. We saw something similar in Nobody, which is from the same producers. But I feel like we got right into it with these guys coming and bringing back, trying to draw out the past version of himself. And it's like, couldn't we let this story breathe? Couldn't we let's enjoy this guy's current life, his suburban life as a realtor, before we get the interruption? Because it just feels like we didn't get to know who he is now. And then we're just drawn into this. This isn't who you're supposed to be. You know, hiding ain't living. We get like right into that. And it's like, well, it's not as meaningful if we didn't see where he is now and where he's coming from. And I don't really feel that they sufficiently give us that, like a taste of what his life is today. It's like, oh, here's who you were, go back to being that guy. Well, I'd like to get a better feel for who he is now. The pacing really hurts the film. Another thing, there's a 1998 movie that I really, really like called The Big Hit. Stars Mark Wahlberg, Lou Diamond Phillips, Christina Applegate, Elliot Gould, Avery Brooks. Terrific movie. And this movie takes a lot from The Big Hit. The Big Hit, Mark Wahlberg's a contract killer who's engaged to be married, and his fiancée, Christina Applegate, has no idea what he does for a living, and his work life as a contract killer keeps kind of poking in on his suburban life, and he's trying to hide it from her, and it's going on in the house while his future in-laws are visiting, and he's got to keep it all hidden. There's a lot of that in this movie, complete with The Big Hit ends with a major fight scene at a video store, and this movie does the same thing. Again, we get a big final battle at a video store, just like in The Big Hit. The Big Hit's a much better movie. This isn't awful. You'll probably have a good time with it if you turn your brain off, but I don't think I ever need to watch this again. This isn't going to have much value in repeat viewing. And based on how good the trailer was, I got to call this a crushing disappointment. I guess I give it a mild recommendation. I don't know. I struggle to go over 2 stars with this one, 2 out of 5 stars. I was really disappointed. There's movies I liked less, but I wasn't looking forward to them as much. So maybe my anticipation also adds into the factor here. But Love Hurts is kind of a miss for me. All right, tell me what you think. If you saw the movie, comment down below. If you saw the trailer and it's something that interests you, don't let my review keep you from seeing it. Make your own decision. Because you may totally disagree with me, and I'd be curious to hear if you do. Tell me down below. And until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them bitches, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.